Good morning, YouTube. I'm here at Johnstown. I got in yesterday afternoon and I had like maybe an hour on my clock, but they didn't have my paperwork ready for the trip I had then, so I went ahead and spent the night here. And I get up this morning and they have a whole different trip on me. They took that one off and gave me a whole new trip. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with me for a day in the life. I already did one, but I screwed it up, so I took it down. So I'm gonna try again. So it's I don't know, just before 5 o'clock. I'm about to go on duty and get my day started. Freshly showered, got my coffee, I'm shaved, ready to go. Let's go for a ride. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm hooked to my trailer now. I've already completed my pre-trip of the truck and trailer. And I'm pretty much ready to roll. I just need to log into the computer and send my departure notice. Now, this is a 270 mile round trip. When you send in your departure, part of that is setting your, what they call an ETD. That stands for estimated time of departure. And that means I'm estimating what time I expect to depart on my next trip. Not the one I'm on right now, the next one. So with a 270 mile round trip, I usually estimate at about 50 miles per hour. And I add about an hour for a stop just to give myself some cushion, and then I'll still give myself a little bit more cushion. So 270 miles, I'll estimate, let's say 6 hours. It's a little after 5 now. That puts me back here at 11 or so. I'm gonna push it out to 12 and tell them my ETD will be 12 noon, which gives me plenty of time for cushion just in case something slows me down. And I can always update that along the way. If I feel I'm gonna be a little bit earlier or a little bit later, I'll update it. The ETD is important because that tells the dispatchers and the coordinators what time they can expect to send you out on your next trip. So that's how you keep rolling. If you push your ETD out too far, say I told them, I'll be back at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm actually back here at 11, then I may not have a trip when I get back. I may have to wait around. I mean, I can always walk in the office at 11 and tell them, hey, I'm back, and they will, figure a trip out for me. But it's better to have that trip already planned in advance, so when you get back, it's seamless. You get back, drop your trailer, do what you need to do, and hook to your next trip and go on the way. And by the way, that ETD means after you get back, after you drop your trailer, you take a shower, have lunch, chit chat with the drivers, all that, hook to your next trailer and leave that next gate. That's what the time you're telling him is when you're planning on leaving that gate with your next trip. Not when you're getting back here, but when you're leaving with the next trip. So that's important to know. So I've told them, what did I tell them? I think I told them 12 o'clock noon, that I'll be back. That gives me plenty of cushion to have a slow down, stop along the way, take a break if I want. And at each stop along the way, and even mid-trip, I can change and update that ETD as I see fit. So all right, so we're headed to Auburn, New York. I'll see you guys there. Okay, one more thing about the ETD. I mentioned that you can give yourself cushion by setting your time out enough to allow for delays, slowdowns. And that's fine. You can update that, like I said, along the way, or more importantly, on your last stop, when you're heading back to the DC, that's when you want to get it the most accurate, so you can be assured of having a trip when you get back. You got to be careful not to set yourself too short either. If I told them I planned on leaving with the next trip at noon, and they gave me a trip that, required X amount of time between noon and the delivery time, and if I end up getting back at 1 p.m., now I'm an hour behind what I told them, and that may screw up the scheduling, and that may end up making that load late. They don't usually give us loads that are that tight, but every once in a while it happens. We get behind on freight, and we're trying to meet those delivery times. So don't set yourself up short on your ETD. You can give yourself cushion, but you can't set yourself short. That's unacceptable. That'll screw everybody else up. So that's just one quick note on that. I'll see you in Auburn. Alrighty folks, I'm here at Auburn. I've already made my drop and I'm hooked to my load or my empty trailer. Guys, if you do a post trip on your trailer, when you drop it and you find something, please call the shop and let them know, because they can fix it while the trailer is sitting in the dock and no driver is attached to it. It sucks to show up and, you know, find something wrong with the trailer. Now you have to sit there and babysit that thing while road crew shows up. So let them fix it while it's in the dock, unattached to a driver. That's the best way to do it. So I went inside, grabbed a couple things, and Free Tip Friday on a Wednesday, so early edition, Walmart drivers and associates get a 10% discount on most items at Walmart stores. Not everything, but most items you'll get the discount, so that's a cool thing. So I've already looked ahead at my route. I'm heading back to Johnstown, and I should still fall within my window of time that I predicted. I expect to get back to the yard at around 11-ish, and I can easily grab my paperwork and trailer for the next load and be out of the gate by 12, which was my original ETD. So we're on track. Let's keep it moving. See ya. Okay, we made it back to Johnstown. I got here at roughly 10 after 11 or so. Dropped my trailer, grabbed my paperwork, got a drink, fueled the truck up. I'm now hooked to my next trip, my loaded trailer. We're going out to, we got a 2-stop load this time. Going out to Geneva, New York, dropping off 9 pallets there, and then continuing down to Watkins, Glen, New York, and that's also supposed to be a live unload. We have 17 pallets for them. Sometimes when you get to a store that's the last stop on a trip, if they want you to just drop it and grab an empty, you do that. They may want me to do the live unload, or they may want me to just drop it and grab an empty. So we'll do whatever is good for the store at the time. So we're gonna head down there. It's about a 200-mile trip. They don't have a return trip or a return segment set for me yet. So I don't know if I'm coming back here. I don't know if I'm going to a backhaul vendor or if I'm going to a different distribution center. I won't know until I get almost there probably, or somewhere mid-trip they'll let me know. So I'm going to set my ETD for that last known segment, which is the Watkins Glen store. And that's roughly 200 miles away. So I'm figuring about 4 hours for the travel time, another hour for the first live unload at Geneva store. So 5 hours total. I'm going to make it out of here in about 5 minutes. So I set my ETD for 5 o'clock and shouldn't have any problem making that. Again, I'll adjust that as needed at the first stop. If I see I'm a little behind or a little early, I'll adjust it and go from there. So that's it. I guess we will see you guys in Geneva. Thanks for hanging with me. All right, so the stop at Geneva, New York has come and gone. I've already been inside, got unloaded. That took like a total of 13 minutes from the time I bumped the dock, walked inside, and they unloaded 9 pallets off my trailer. These guys are really quick here. I always love coming here. You're gonna find that some stores tend to take a little longer than others, and that's partly because of, you know, procedural differences, but it's sometimes also related to storage space. They have to move stuff to accommodate room for my stuff, you know, to make room for my stuff. But this place, they always have plenty of room. They're always super organized inside. Like I said, I love coming here. So I'm off to Watkins Glen next. It's about 45 minutes away, and I expect to be there right around 4 o'clock-ish, maybe a little before, and I'll be offloaded, I'm sure, by 4:30 at the latest. Those guys are also typically very quick. So I'm going to upgrade my ETD and bump it up to 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock, because they still haven't put a next segment on me yet. So I want to kind of urge them on to, let's go, give me somewhere to go after I'm done at Watkins Glen, so I don't stay sitting. Time is money, so we're only making money if we're rolling down that road. Well, here we are, it's 4:30, and I'm still sitting. I don't know what's going on. Here I am talking about, you know, how awesome Walmart is about keeping us rolling, and, you know, that's what the ETD is for, so they know when to, you know, keep us moving. And here they're leaving me sitting here. So I called them. I called the ROC, which stands for our Regional Operations Center, and told him, get after it, get me moving. Not really. I talked to the guy very pleasantly, And he's like, yep, we see you. You know, your ETD is 4:30 with 2 hours left. We'll get you rolling. And that was about 10 minutes ago. So, not sure what's going on. I can tell he's a new guy. Well, new to me. I don't recognize him. We, call them from time to time, and I know their names. And I don't recognize this guy. So maybe he's new. Maybe he's a little overwhelmed. I don't know. Maybe there's just, there's always somewhere to go, even if they send you empty back to Johnstown. So I'm just sitting here waiting. So you get the good, bad, and the ugly here on this channel. It's when it works out great, which it usually does, I'll let you know about it. When it's not so great, I'll let you know about it too, I guess. So we're just going to kind of sit here and wait. And should be any minute now they'll give me a movement, which my guess will be empty back to Johnstown. Especially this late in the day, I only have 2 hours in the, my clock's ticking. I get 2:24 left on my 14. And I mean, if I got to stay here tonight, that's fine, but that's 2 hours and 24 minutes more that I can roll today and make some more money. And that's kind of how I am on my first 4 days of the week. I want to make as much money as I can. Tomorrow's go home day, so I wouldn't mind, a short day. It's usually how it works out on my fifth day when I go home. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know when I find out. All right, here we go. It's 6:40 or 4:45. They just sent me my next movement. That's what happens when you call them and give them holy hell. Again, not really. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to Marcy, New York, which is our distribution center there. Marcy's kind of like a sister DC to my DC in Johnstown. We kind of fall under their operational umbrella, so to speak. We are a separate entity, but we kind of work together with Marcy. So I'm headed there. Marcy is a GM DC, so I can't make it there today. I don't have enough time, so I'll get rolling and I'll get as far as I can, and I'll stop and then get up in the morning and finish my trip. So I've set my ETD out till 6 in the morning now, allowing myself for a 10-hour break and maybe an hour of drive in the morning to finish the route. So 6 in the morning would be my ETD with 10 hours of drive time remaining after that. And like I said before, it's go home day, so they'll probably give me a short run, 5-6 hours round trip, give or take. And they'll end up getting me dispatched back to Johnstown at some point so I can park my truck, hop in my personal truck, and go home. So I will tune in with you guys one last time when I stop the truck, and we'll go over the numbers. That's if any of you are even still watching. I kind of highly doubt it at this point. But I'll see you in a little bit. Well, there you have it, folks. That's it for the day. I'm parked here at one of our stores in East Syracuse, New York. One of the many benefits of being a Walmart driver is we can park at almost any Walmart store for the night. There are some stores that have, some towns that have noise ordinances, that kind of thing, so we're not allowed to park on those places, only in emergency situations. But that's just a small, tiny minority. In fact, it's a fraction of the stores that we can park at, so it's definitely a good benefit for us to be able to park anywhere at any Walmart store, or Sam's Club for that matter. So yeah, the day's done. I finished with 560 miles and some activity, and I'll go over that in a second. I have about an hour-ish to go back to Marcy in the morning to complete this particular trip, and then I'll rinse, repeat, start another trip. But tomorrow's go-home day, so that's good. Get to go home and enjoy the family. So for the one or two of you that may still be watching this boring video, I want to go over the numbers today and show you what I made and break it down and show you the activity pay and all that stuff. So hang with me one second. Okay, I want to real quickly go over this before I get out of here. This is a sheet that we use to track our miles and activity. You don't have to do this. I like to do it, and then at the end of the week I check it against the computer and make sure that my numbers match their numbers. So obviously this is for your mileage. This is for the weekend miles, which we get paid 7 cents a mile extra on the weekends, but you have to work both days to get that bonus. You don't get it if you work just one or the other. This is for an arrival. This is the first stop of a trip, which is a store. You get to the store, you'll hit arrival, and you usually have a live unload along with it, so you would get both of those for that first stop. AD stands for arrive drop, so if we do a drop and hook at a store, we get the arrive drop, and then we get a hook to the empty. BP stands for bridge pay. That's specific to our region. That's for going over into Long Island. You're essentially getting paid $50 to cross a bridge over into the island, because it's just a mess over there. It's a nightmare. Some of them stores are hard to get into. They're tight. The traffic, you can imagine how bad it is in Long Island. $50 isn't worth it in my opinion, but this is what I signed up for. Hook I already explained. LO stands for layover. We get paid $42 a night just to sleep in our truck. That's kind of cool. LL is live load. At like a backhaul vendor, we get paid that much for a live load. Live unload is self-explanatory. Stop pay is for any stop after the first stop. So if I have a 3-stop load on a trailer, the first stop is the arrival. Any subsequent stops are under stop pay, which it pays the same as the arrival. It's the same thing. It's just how they classify it in the computer. Stop drop is the same as arrive drop. It's for a drop and hook. So you would get that and a hook. UT stands for unscheduled time. That's for wait time. If a store takes longer than 45 minutes to unload me, they start kicking in hourly. It's only $15 an hour, but fortunately it doesn't happen a lot, and when we do have wait time, it's very little bit. This stands for scheduled time. This is for like meetings, trainings, surveys, classes, that kind of stuff. For that you get paid 1/10 of your ADP, which I explained in another video what ADP is. That's average daily pay. So you get 1/10 of your average daily pay for any of those kinds of things. So now let's go up here to what we did today. And by we, I mean you and me, because you were along with me. I did 560 miles. This is my mileage rate. Your mileage rate may differ. They pay different mileage rates geographically across the country because some areas like the Northeast are harder to drive, LA, that kind of thing. Plus I'm almost a 5-year driver, so I've reached the cap of mileage rate in my region. A newer driver wouldn't get the same as I get. Let's see, so I have, this is my activity pay that we did today, and I had just over 2/10 of an hour of wait time, probably at that last stop where I talked about them not giving me that movement yet. A little bit of wait time there, which gave me $4.05, but hey, it's better than nothing. So grand total for the day, $513.29, which is a pretty good day. Can't complain about that. That's more than average. My average at last check, which was probably 2-3 weeks ago, was 477, I think, somewhere in there. So I beat my average here, beat my average yesterday, beat my average the day before, and my first day of the week I only got 450. But that's partly because the first day of the week you don't get that layover pay because I didn't sleep in the truck that previous night. So that kind of that makes up for that. But that would have been up there above my average also. So the entire week so far, at least the 4 days, is over my average. So that's good. That just helps. So all right, I hope that breaks down the pay. You can see it right here in front of you how it all breaks down. Should be a little easier to explain. Or understand, rather. So there you have it, folks. I know it was kind of a long video, but I hope it was informative. I hope you were able to kind of get a glimpse what we have to do as Walmart drivers. This was a very, very typical day. We do have a large variety of things that we do. This falls right in line with an average day. Tomorrow I may be running a reefer. Well, actually I'm running a GM load tomorrow, so it won't be a reefer. But on any given day you can do just different stops, go to different areas. It's nice to have that variety. It breaks up the day. So why don't you break up your day by going down to that comment section, leaving me your comments, your questions, your criticisms. You know how the deal goes. And while you're down there, click the thing, ring the other thing. You know what to do. Alright guys, thanks for coming along. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.